Welcome everyone on this beautiful April day. We're very thrilled that Daniel Archunde, who does our podcast, is able now with his equipment to take us around the museum. So I'm going to show you some of my favorite and most important items that we have at Wheels Museum. This wheel that you're looking at right now was in Vaughn, New Mexico. It's very interesting to me that many of the small towns were promulgated on water for steam. And Vaughn was, and many of those towns are now ghost towns. But this water wheel was found at Vaughn. There were two of them. One went to the Smithsonian and one came to the Wheels Museum. This wheel brought 25,000 gallons of water to a steam locomotive every 100 miles. It was unbelievable how much water a steam locomotive needed. What I'm holding is a hand grip, because if the pump would break, the steam locomotive still had to move, and the men would have to move the pump with these hand wheels. But it's a magnificent example of the power and the strength that was needed for steam to operate. It was found, it was left there, and thanks to the kindness of the mayor of Vaughn, we were able to get it and bring it here, and also thanks to the kindness of Martin Matlack, who was one of our volunteers, and he found it down there, and he asked me, do you want this? And of course it's like the heart and soul of steam. So we're thrilled that we have this beautiful water wheel. We hope that you will come and see it. Many people ask me what my favorite item in the Wheels Museum is. We were given this little white ice cream cart, and we had a board member who didn't like it, a lady board member, and she used to come in my office and she would yell at me, get rid of that, it's not transportation. But I loved the cart and I kept it. And one day, three very prepossessing looking tall men in very fancy suits came to Wheels Museum. And they looked around for hours, and they were brothers and they were attorneys. And as they were leaving, I asked them, what was your favorite thing in the museum? Did you like the airplanes, the cars? And they said, no, our favorite thing was this exact cart, because our father used this cart to make a living. And he would walk down the streets of Central Avenue and the downtown streets with his pailletas, and he made a living for us, and all three of us became attorneys. So to me, this exemplifies the very, very hard work that was done by so many, many people to build Albuquerque, build the railroad, build our community, build our educational system. And this is one of my very, very favorite items, is the little white milk wagon. I hope that little ice cream wagon. I wish we had the little popsicles in it right now for you, but if you come, we can pretend. So I hope you'll come and see this precious little item that we have in our front room, which is our steam room, which has many important historic exhibits, and this is the darling of the exhibit. We're so fortunate at the Wheels Museum. Almost everything that we have has been donated. And one day we had a call from a doctor who was a great contributor of ours, Dr. Dave Hartson. He said, I have a friend who wants to give you his collection of cast iron toys. And I love them, and many people love them. And we're absolutely thrilled. And we have this very beautiful display of cast iron toys with the circuses, with the horses and buggies, with all kinds of industry going on. And we have several displays of cast iron toys. They're very, very valuable now and very, very rare. So if you enjoy the small things that exemplify the large things of our society from the past, made by hand, cast iron, not the plastic that we often see today in toys, but this beautiful, beautiful forever kind of a toy, please come down and see these at the Wheels Museum. This is a 900-pound bandsaw. I had a call from a friend of mine. Her husband had bought it and brought it home. I said, what am I going to do with a 900-pound bandsaw in my front yard? Would you please take it? Of course, we were very eager to take it. It took 7 men to bring it here and to move it. It's a New Mexico bandsaw. You can see the wheels, the cutting wheels on it. And this actual bandsaw was used to cut railroad ties and also wood for houses that were built in New Mexico. And many people who have been in the construction business look at this in awe and admiration to see what the technology was at that time to make a bandsaw that weighs 900 pounds. So come in. It'll be hard to steal it, so don't get any ideas. But it's one of the important things that we have here. We have a lot of equipment and machinery from the past. We have a lot of tools from the past all over the museum. So if you're interested in technology and how things develop, please come in and see all these wonderful things that we have here. Before I started the project in 1994 to save the rail yards, the roundhouse had been torn down by a former mayor. I did not know that at the time, or I would have tried to stop it. We had a 35-bay roundhouse here, which was really the heart of the site here and of the railroad operation. It was torn down. But we're very, very fortunate to have this model of the roundhouse. And it takes a lot of work to build these models. We have incredible volunteers who work on them, keep them clean, keep them going. And this shows the turntable, which we still do have. And it is running now. We're trying to get that going in better shape, better condition. But this was a magnificent 35-bay roundhouse in Albuquerque, New Mexico. There are very few of them left in the country, and sadly we do not have ours anymore. We've talked about trying to rebuild the roundhouse. Of course, it's a very expensive endeavor. But there are men who are doing some planning to try to get at least part of the roundhouse rebuilt. So we'll see if we can make that happen. But we do have this, and we do have many, many model trains and train layouts that run in every scale. So when you come down here, you'll see a lot of, quote, action of the trains and have fun. And if you want to volunteer, we're always looking for volunteers to help run those trains and keep them going. In our steam room where we are today, where we have the most serious exhibits about individuals who worked here, we just created an African American exhibit, many, many important documents and books and stories about men who worked here. We also have what we call the train library. And this is a wonderful library with thousands of books about trains. And you're certainly welcome to come and look at the books. Sometimes we sell books to people who are interested. We loan the books to people who are interested. And why would the Santa Fe Railroad have train libraries when they're really promulgated on moving and making progress? Well, here's the truth. They didn't want the men to drink and carouse. So they said, well, maybe if we make a library, the men will sit down and read. So I'm not sure that worked 100% perfectly, but this is what we're trying to show here, and also help people who want to study the history of railroad. And some of these books are so fascinating. I just love to sit and look at them and read them. And we also hold some meetings here in this section of the museum. But it's a wonderful place to remember the past and understand the past. So come and see our library. We also have a car library, and we also have a free library for children where we have free books that children can take when they come in, and they love to take the free books, of course. One of the most important aspects of the rail yard was World War II, when this site was the largest steam locomotive repair facility between Chicago and Los Angeles. And during World War II, it was open 24 hours a day with men and women working here to help restore the locomotives, to bring supplies to the men who were fighting Germany. This is one of my favorite pictures in the museum. I love it. It says, every minute counts. You can't spell victory with an absentee. And I get the chills whenever I see it. And then there's a flag that says, give it your best. So this depicts the machine shop during World War II. There were 2,000 men a day working in the shops to help the war effort, and women as well. Women would come at nighttime, at midnight, and help clean the locomotives, wash the locomotive, and do other work that was necessary. It was unbelievably difficult work and exhausting work and dangerous work, but this was Albuquerque's effort to fight the war. We have many beautiful, beautiful exhibits about the wartime, about people who worked here, who served here, who were killed here in service. Uniforms. We have a record player with the records of the wartime effort, and many, many other exhibits related to the wartime and related to the work, heavy, hard work of the men from 1915 till 1977 on this site to build America. We recently received a small grant to do an exhibit about the African American workers at the rail yards, and we have produced this beautiful exhibit. Many of those men were porters and they had other jobs on the railroad. And it was difficult to get the information. Not too much was saved, sadly, because in those days people didn't have cameras necessarily. They didn't think about saving the history. They just thought about making a living and trying to provide for their families and keep going. But we were able to produce this beautiful exhibit, and I hope you will come and see that this exemplifies the African American workers. And there were 27 nationalities that came to Albuquerque to work at the rail yard, and we are always looking for information about any of the nationalities, always looking to do new exhibits, always looking for artifacts. If you have anything in your family or your friends that you think would help our community, our New Mexico, to save this vital history and inspire young people as to what their ancestors did and what they can do to make a better world, please give us a call. We're at 505-243-6269 at 1100 South 2nd on the downtown rail yards of Albuquerque. I'm so happy to invite you into our newly remodeled gift shop. We just got some new shelving. We have t-shirts if anybody would like to buy a t-shirt. We have fabulous designs, all the sizes for adults and children. Give us a call. We'll figure out how to get it to you at 505-243-6269. We sell date nails. We sell wonderful books, overhaul book, many other books of interest on this subject. We sell toys and games and beautiful, beautiful gift items, cards, hats, all kinds of things that people would like to remember Wheels Museum and remember Albuquerque when they come to visit us. So if you're interested in anything, also we sell things in here that are donated to us, such as maybe Indian pottery or jewelry or Kachina dolls or crystal, all kinds of different things that you might even have at home and you think that would make a nice addition to their gift shop. People like to buy antique items and special items that others have loved, and we like to sell those here, not just commercial items. So if you have anything that you think, oh, that'd be good at Wheels Museum, give us a call. We'd love to have it. Thank you very much, and don't forget to come visit us at Wheels Museum. It's no charge to come into the museum. We exist on donations and sales, so hope you'll be interested in helping our community. Thank you.